Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shmoop here, back at it again, bringing you a complete guide for the Doctrine. First of all, though, I want to point out that the Shrieker bosses are still bugged at the point of this recording, and even though it says contest mode, a lot of the items are still not working properly, including things like surges. So it has been a fun adventure trying to make this video and put it together. But anyway, we're going to start out here at the beginning. There's already a tip that I can give you right here at the beginning is just kill the small amount of, I'm just going to call them scions because that's what they are, even though they're adorants, or however you say that. And then after you kill them, you can in fact just run past all the enemies in the area. I'm changing it up because Monarch is so good here. I highly recommend it. I'll go over that kind of stuff later, but you can run past every single one of these enemies here without any issue. I will, however, say that you should come and get amplified. And the reason for that is because they got buffed and now they're less accurate against you and you take less damage when you're amplified. I'm going to speed this up here just to get through here. And quick side note, while coming through here, if you have Peregrine Greaves on, you can shoulder charge the, not tormentors, but subjugators. It one-shots them. Very useful. So you can just go through, keep running past every single one, even that last subjugator. If you jump up on that pillar on the right, you can jump right past him. For this first encounter, I do want to point something out, however. So you see the 3 different main hubs where you can put the lenses and activate them in the middle there. The purple, the blue, and the gold. I just want to point out the right one, the bluish cyan one. It only goes to the right. And because it only goes to the right, whenever you get a lens to the right, you need to make sure that you use it on the right. I know that sounds very, like, no duh, but if you go into it, you can see that you can get the other lenses to go pretty much anywhere. So it's very important that you use the right to only go right. But anyway, getting back into it, I accidentally deleted the clips because I got pissed off because I had to wipe to it multiple times, but the Truth Keeper kept giving me a truth that I already did, and I know I can go through on Reddit. Here, you can just see these are all the truths, but it was just annoying me because it's like, it wasn't working properly. This guy right here is the Truth Keeper who you are looking for as you go through here, by the way. In case y'all didn't know, you just run around and you look for him. And Monarch is awesome because you can volatile everything. So the way Amplified works is it does your magazine at 16% plus 2 to 4 hits of damage. I'll give you another stack of bolt charge. So Monarch proccing poison and volatile gives you a significantly fast and high amount of bolt charge as you use it, which you're going to see here in a moment. Ready for it and watch the bolt charge go up. Look at that. That is insane for taking these guys out. I am going to say, and I will showcase it later, do save your Thunder Crash. Even if you're using Peregrine, make sure you come in here. So there I'm showcasing the symbol and then you go look for it. Now here's why you should save your super. You can get out of the suspend with it. So I probably would have died there if I got stuck just permanently. But yeah, just hold your super, you can crash out of it. And that's pretty much it for that first encounter. You just run through, put the lenses in, rotate them, and you're done. Moving on here though, I will say that don't go all the way down and, you know, fall damage is great. And I will be putting down below, for any of you that want the secret chest, this is just a way out. I guess I put it in there just in case you can't figure out how to get out. Sorry, this video has taken a long time and it didn't upload last night, so I have to redo it just to try and upload it again. This has not been easy. LMAO. Like, why? So we're coming up on the sliding area of the jumping puzzle. You're going to want to pull hard back on your controller or your mouse, whichever your movement key is. If it's S, and just hold back on that, and the momentum will stop you. You can also jump at the end to hit the ceiling to kind of cancel it out so you don't fall to your death while doing your solo flawless there. Huge important tip on that. Here, of course, you just go diagonally. You go to the left one, and then the right one, and then the left one again. You can see they're the only ones that don't have like the mounds of hive. I don't even know what that stuff is. Chitin, and it looks like barnacles, I guess. I don't know, but you can just go left, right, left, and then go down, jump middle, and you'll be fine. Going down here, I'm just going to showcase really quickly that you just Indiana Jones and get past these balls. There's not too much to it. Alright, so you get in here, you just quickly take out the knight, the little guys. You can see like Monarch is putting in huge work. And then from there, you come down here, you kill the wizard and the little hive acolytes. The wizards are going to drop that taken knowledge, which is a huge part of this dungeon. And there you can see the two symbols I was looking for. So we're going to go over here on these wheels. You shoot the object on top to make them spin the opposite way. The direction they're spinning is the clock in the center of the wheel. And then for each one of them you deposit, it'll move one on that bar. Now watch how fast. Just look how good Le Monarch is with bolt charge. It's ridiculous. Also with Arc Titan, if you fully charge the melee, you can get through their shield and one-shot them. Very helpful. Just remember, when you use your Arc melee, he takes a step forward as your Titan. Like, your Titan will move forward when you use it, so you can pick up knowledge if you're too close. And later on in the next encounter, that can be a death sentence, so keep that in mind. But yeah, we're just going through here, burning it down. Also, volatile explosions count as ability damage. I found that out. They can cause lightning strikes while you're going forward. Like, it's weird, but it happens. Interesting Bungie coding on that. So anyway, yeah, here, we're just putting the knowledge in. I'm letting this go through just in case you don't get it. It's, again, I'm looking for the symbols that were on the door there, the black heart. And I'm just going around collecting. I'm waiting on the ogre to spawn here because he can kill you very easily. And from there, just... There we go, he's dead. And now we just get the symbols and we move on with our day. Again, it's not too hard getting in here, but you should really analyze this room because it's going to be how the boss works. So here we are coming up on the lockset, the 4 shriekers. Now there is a lot to talk about here, but I'm going to go through it very quickly. I don't want this video to drag on too long. So for the way this works is he's going to put the code in from right to left. So we're going to be putting kill in every time immediately on the farthest right one. Now, if you mess up or he rotates it and you get something else, just do your best to get the second one on kill. And if you have to miss a whole damage phase because you're killing ogres or ads or not wanting to die to his stupid little bees that, you know, your character is apparently allergic to bees in this, and you just fall in the hive chitin when you get stung by one, you don't want to do that. So just get it and kill as fast as you can. You want to do the right one like I'm doing here, and then just go for burst damage DPS phases. Like, you're going to see we're not going to do a lot, but we're going to be cycling through the damage phases extremely quick, and he's never going to spawn ogres or anything like that. I stick all 4 because the ticks add up faster towards bolt charge because you're doing 4 ticks instead of 2 on 2 of them. But if you want to just do 2 on the right and 2 on the left, it's almost the exact same. And that's it for the damage phase. The rocket sidearm is great because you can take out the wizards in a couple shots if you can't reach them with your melee. And lastly, I do recommend doing damage there on the right side. Also, when you're in here, do not go through the middle area as best as you can, like jump around it. It's the only place in this area you can fall to your death, and I watched a few streamers do it. Do not do it. Stay away from middle at all costs. And we are going to go back to the previous section for a second because I still want to talk about that a little bit more while I'm letting this play out. You can follow this if you want to see which way to rotate the lenses. I figured I'd get 2 birds with 1 stone here. So if you accidentally get ogre spawn, dropping your barricade is huge. The bull charge will shred the ogres, but again, remember, play your life at all costs in that encounter. And when it comes to it, you can damage him in the far left above the door. You can damage him directly underneath in the middle where you saw us put the orb, or on the right side there where I was doing damage. The right side is actually, I find, to be the safest, because even though up on the door you can do more damage with a longer damage phase, it is very risky when you're leaving the damage phase if you don't get him extremely low or you're not on point putting in all stops, which he can change on you and then die. It's just not worth it. If you're with a fire team, however, on the far left one, where you would put in like the very last one to go stop, 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 kill, if at the very beginning, before he reads any locks, you put kill in on the left side, it is going to start the damage phase immediately, but with 3 random locks. So if you're in a fire team of 3, you can speedrun it and cut a significant amount of time off doing it that way. Alright, I'm going to skip past this little area, and I want to point out when you get to these doors, rocket sidearms and fusions are the best. You can either do 4 shots from a rocket sidearm, or it takes around 3 shots, depending on the fusion archetype, to just fully open the door. So for here, I would recommend, using a fusion rifle to get through those doors. I just wanted to point that out. And also, when you get up here past the subjugators and everything, kill these guys before you try to jump across. I actually wiped once because I left them up and tried to speed run. They did their thing where I got tinnitus and yelled at me, and I fell to my death. It wasn't great. So here we are on the final boss. You always want to farm out your super for these areas. Now here I just wanted to laugh and be like, you have to, do damage to one of the knights to start it before you can move on. So you always want to have your super when going in this left room here, because there is the Strand Subjugator, and you can hear the audio cue when he does the little things, but that way if he suspends you, you can super out of it and you won't die here. And I kind of pulled a stupid and did it ahead of time. If you would have suspended me there, I would have lost my super. So don't do what I did. Here is a map of all the symbols if you want to pause it, throwing that up on screen real quick. So I'm down in the middle area now, and this is my favorite area. This just has Thrall, and after you kill this knight, 2 of the scions with stasis. I don't even know how to pronounce what their name is, but they're the guys that when you kill, you get the buff, and then you can destroy the little taken crystals that spawn threadlings now, which is so great. You can see him right there on the right, the little glowing pyramids, or whatever you want to call them. But in that bottom area is where you farm out your super and heavy, because it's just Thrall, so it's really easy to stay alive in there. And then here you see me kill that subjugator, and now we're going to kill the truth speaker. And the way this works is whatever symbol he showcases, you want to turn off all of the symbols on that side and turn on all of the symbols on the right, or not the right half, but the other half. So you want to light up all the lie and turn off the truth. So the 3 symbols on the side, like the left or the right side of what you get, is what you need to turn off. So I'm just going through here killing that. You don't ever want to run past the boss, because he can, and here you'll see the symbols, so I start lighting them up. by going in the correct rooms using that map that I showcased to you earlier. But I don't recommend running past the boss because he'll do a stomp mechanic, except his stomp suspends you. So here you can see I got the buff from them, and I only shoot 1 or 2. If I'm really crazy, I'll go for 3. Also on Titan, if you miss your melee, just go for the regular knockout melees, and because of the bolt charge and the way it works, you'll get your melee back just by doing normal melees. But anyway, yeah, so I'm here. You can shoot the threadlings that come at you. Don't know why we have threadlings coming at us now, but we do. And kill them, which is helpful. But yeah, just stay down here. Every time before rotation, you'll get heavy, farm out your super, because your super is used for survivability and movement more than it is for boss damage. So there, I turned on the symbol. You can see it got the beam on it, and it gives you a little wheel hums to life. So now you're just going to move through and do all the rooms like that. But again, I am farming out my super because if you get super low red bar or anything like that, you can literally just panic pop it and get out of there, or kill whatever's cornering you. It is very useful. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is what you're going to have to do on solo. And I'm going to show you a few different weapon options here for boss damage. Alright, so now you see the symbols lit up. I'm going to kill this guy. You got to kill them in order to get the scions to spawn. And again, slide through the end there. There was one time where I got grabbed by the boss and he pulled me back, and I would have died in that doorway, but I had my super, so I popped my super to fly out of the door and not get crushed by it. Your super is huge for survivability against these strand tormentors and the boss. Alright, so now you can see that we got all the symbols lit up that are a lie, and all of them off that are a truth. We're going to go ahead and activate this, which is going to give you a little bit of time, and then activate a burning effect. We're going to jump up here on top of the doorway, and as long as you're in the shadow of a pillar or large object, you will not burn. And as you can see, it's slowly chipping down at the boss's health bar. I wanted to experiment with a few different damage options, like Anarchy here, to see if it was good, which, you know, it wasn't terrible and you could do it. I don't know if I'd recommend it though. But again, if it's all you have, go for it. Here I fall down and you see me panic pop my super here and get suspended. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is a mistake I made. Don't do what I just did. And that's the end of that. And as you can see, damage was very mid. Now I could have optimized damage a little better, but definitely not the greatest. Alright, so then we're going to move on here and we're going to test out Queenbreaker. Now this I'm doing without particle reconstruction and without the catalyst. I just wanted to get a baseline of how good it was. And it's not terrible by any means. And you can definitely do it. I miss a lot of crits because he moves around like crazy. It's not easy to hit him. But, you know, it works. You can do it. It's not terrible, again. Alright, and now for my favorite method here, and the one that was the most consistent. We're going to be using the Thunderlord. And if you're not using particle reconstruction, this is the one I recommend. Even at a distance and missing a good amount of shots, your bolt charge bolts will reload it. You don't need Actium War Rake, and you can spend all of your ammo. And just look at this. Now, you don't actually need to reload here. I found that out later on. It will keep reloading it fully. Like, you don't need to reload at all, and you can go through all of your ammo. As long as you're hitting him, it's going to keep building up bolt charge. It is so good. You can run through your entire ammo reserve. Look at that. And the damage is great on it. And then you can just run back down the middle, and you can get all your heavy back and farm it. There is no timer, nothing hard about this. So here I'm just going to showcase the last one. I went with Thunderlord all the way, never used my super for boss damage except for that first time. And it is just smooth as silk. Now, surges were not working for this. When they finally fixed that, you can kill him quicker with surges for sure. And like a debuff and all of that. But I will say this was the easiest thing I found to do with soloing, was just get a butt ton of Thunderlord ammo and move on with it. I am apologizing if I'm a little quiet or a little slow talking. I'm groggy. I've been up very late trying to make this, but we got it done. I want to say thanks to everyone. You know, I'm gonna, I don't know. I wish I could have got this up faster, but this was such a buggy dungeon. There was so much wrong with it, but it was a blast. It was a lot of fun to do. And yeah, until next time, peace.